Now we go to regression analysis. What is meant by regression? Regression means in a bivariate data, the average relation between two variables is called regression. Hence, regression means stepping back towards average. The regression analysis of this type of data is called regression analysis. Regression analysis consisting of two variables. One is regressed variable, another is regressor variable. The variables which are influenced by others are called regressors or influencers or dependent variables, and the variables which influence others are called regressors or independent. Regressors are called independent or influencer variables. For a bivariate data, if x bar comma y bar are the means, if x bar comma y bar are means, sigma x and sigma x and sigma y are variances, R is the correlation coefficient between the two variables, then there are two lines of regression are there. Regression line of y on x and regression line of x on y. Regression line of y on x is y minus y bar is equal to R sigma y by sigma x into x minus x bar. Regression line of x on y is x minus x bar is equal to R sigma x by sigma y into y minus y bar. Both the regression lines are different, and the regression can be determined through scatter diagram. If the scatter diagram is straight line, then the regression is called linear regression. If the regression is not a straight line, then the regression is called curve regression or non-linear regression. Regression lines are two. One is regression line of y on x, that is y minus y bar is equal to R sigma y by sigma x into x minus x bar. Another is regression line of x on y, is x minus x bar is equal to R sigma x by sigma y into y minus y bar. These are different, and the regression of y on x is used to find the value of y for given x, and regression line of x on y is used to find the value of x for given y. In the regression line of y on x, R sigma y by sigma x is called regression coefficient of y on x, that is denoted by byx, that is byx is equal to R sigma y by sigma x. And in the regression line of x on y, R sigma x by sigma y is called regression coefficient of x on y denoted by bxy. Therefore, byx is equal to R sigma y by sigma x and bxy is equal to R sigma x by sigma y. And now, distinguish between correlation and regression. First point in correlation. Correlation is linear relation between two variables. Regression means average relation between two variables. Correlation coefficient always lies between -1 and +1. Regression cannot, one of the regression coefficient is greater than 1, then the other regression coefficient less than 1. For independent variables, correlation coefficient between the two variables is 0. For independent variables, both the independent variables, the regression product of the regression coefficient is 0. That is next. Both the regression coefficients have same sign, are both positive and both negative. Whereas in correlation coefficient, Rxy is equal to Ryx. In correlation, there is nonsense correlation exists, but there is no nonsense regression. These are the distinguish between correlation. Next concept is probability. So what is meant by experiment? Any device for getting an answer to the problem under consideration is called experiment. Another examples of experiments are tossing of a coin, throwing of a die, writing of an examination, contesting an election, determination of velocity, etc. are all experiments. Experiments are mainly two types. One is deterministic experiment, second one is non-deterministic experiment. First one is deterministic experiment. The experiments in which the result is always unique are called deterministic experiment. Example, determination of velocity by using given speed, given distance and time is deterministic experiment. Next one is non-deterministic experiment. The experiments in which the result may not be unique but may be one of the several possible results is called non-deterministic experiment. Next one is need of probability. Probability is a subject, is a scientific approach which is used to solve the non-deterministic problems for getting unique answer as in deterministic problems. So this was first introduced by Galileo. Hence the Galileo gives the quantitative measure to the probability theory. Later Laplace, Pascal, Fermat, Lyapunov, Lindbergh, Bernoulli, Chebyshev, etc. So many persons have their good contribution for the development of probability. Carl Pearson started a laboratory of statistics, whereas Chebyshev, a Russian statistician, started a school of statistics for the development of probability theory. Now, random experiment are tried. Random experiment is an experiment in which the result may not be unique but may be one of the several possibilities is called random experiment or trial. Example, tossing of a coin, throwing of a die, writing of an examination, contesting an election, determination of affected areas of a cyclone, or random experiment. Random experiment is an experiment which is conducted. Random experiment is an experiment which is conducted under essentially identical condition may give one of the several possibilities is called random experiment. Next one is event. The results obtained in a random experiment are called events. The events are again three types. One is elementary event, second one is composite event, third one is complementary event. Elementary event. Each event in a trial is single result. Then the events are called elementary events. In tossing of a coin, each event is a single result. Hence are all elementary events. Whereas composite event, each event in a trial consisting of more than one result are called composite event. In tossing of two coins, each event consisting of two results. Hence it is more than one. Hence each event is composite. And next one is complementary event. The events which are unfavorable to an event are called complementary event to that events. If A is an event, then its complementary event is denoted by A bar or A dash or A power C. These are complementary events. Next one is exhaustive events. The total number of all possible events in a random experiment are called exhaustive events. And the total number of events are called exhaustive cases, EC. In tossing of a coin, H and T are exhaustive. In throwing of a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are exhaustive events. In writing of an examination, pass and fail are exhaustive events. And next one is mutually exclusive events. In a trial, if the occurrence of any one of the events precludes the occurrences of all the remaining events, then the events are said to be mutually exclusive. That means if the occurrence of any one event, it opposes the occurrences of all the remaining events, then the events are said to be mutually exclusive. Next one is favorable events. In a trial, the number of the events which are favorable to an event pertaining to the happening of an event are called favorable events. And the number of favorable events are called favorable cases. And next one is equally likely events. In a trial, no event can be expected before its actual occurrence, then the events are called equally likely events. Next one is independent events. In a trial, if the occurrence of any one of the events cannot affect the occurrences of future coming events, then the events are said to be independent events. various definitions of probabilities. Probability have mainly 4 definitions. One is Laplace definition of probability, second one is von Mises definition of probability, and third one is axiomatic approach to probability definition, and last one, the fourth one is geometrical definition of probability. First one is Laplace definition of probability. This definition is otherwise called priori definition or mathematical definition or classical definition of probability. This states that if a trial conducts, the n events are exhaustive, mutually exclusive and equally likely. Among these n events, m of them are favorable to an event A, then probability of the occurrence of the event A, P of A, is equal to m by n. That is, favorable number of cases by exhaustive number of cases, that is Fc by Ec is equal to probability. And probability of A is equal to m by n. And the number of cases unfavorable to an event is n minus m. So probability of unfavorable event is n minus m by n, that is equal to n by n minus m by n is equal to 1 minus m by n. So probability of unfavorable event is equal to 1 minus favorable of event. Therefore probability of A plus probability of A bar, because unfavorable event is denoted by A bar. So probability of A plus probability of A bar is equal to 1. Generally favorable event probability is denoted by small p, unfavorable event probability is denoted by q, then p plus q is equal to 1 implies q is equal to 1 minus p. Probability of an event always lies between 0 and 1. No probability is negative and no probability greater than 1. If the favorable cases is equal to exhaustive cases, then the probability is equal to 1. If the favorable cases is equal to 0, then the probability is equal to 0. In other cases, the probability between 0 and 1. So, probability of favorable event or probability of unfavorable event always lies between 0 and 1. That is 0 less than or equal to p less than or equal to 1. 0 less than or equal to q less than or equal to 1. And this Laplace definition of probability is used only for solving gambling problems in those days. And this problem cannot be used when the events are not equally likely. And this problem gives different answers when the exhaustive number of cases n is finite. And this definition fails when the number of cases is infinitely large. And next one is von Mises definition of probability or statistical definition of probability or relative frequency definition of probability. If a trial conducts under indefinitely large number of times, that is n tends to infinity, the n events are exhaustive, mutually exclusive. Among these, m of them are favorable to an event A, then probability of A is equal to limit n tends to infinity m by n is called probability. This definition overtakes the one of the demerit of Laplace definition of probability, that is as n tends to infinity and the events are not equally likely. If the events are not equally likely or not equally likely, this definition of, that is von Mises definition, can be applicable. Whereas Laplace definition is applicable when the events are equally likely. If the events are not equally likely, Laplace definition cannot be used to find the probability of an event. And this definition also fails, but due to there is no clarity for infinitely large number of times the experiment conduction. So next one is axiomatic approach to probability definition. This definition was developed by Kolmogorov, hence it is otherwise called Kolmogorov definition of probability, and the first definition was developed by Laplace definition and statistical definition of probability by von Mises, and this axiomatic approach to probability definition was defined by Kolmogorov. This definition is based on the set theory and logic of deduction. Suppose if a trial, next axiomatic approach to probability. This definition is based on 3 axioms, hence it is otherwise called axiomatic approach to probability definition. This definition is, if a trial conducts, the n events are E1, E2, etc., Ei, etc., En. Omega is equal to set E1, E2, etc., En. Choose a function P if P satisfies 1, first condition, P of Ei greater than or equal to 0 for all I equal to 1 to n. Second, P of omega is equal to 1. Third one is P of union Ei is equal to sigma P of Ei. Then P is called probability or probability function. The three conditions are called axioms. First axiom is called non-negativity axiom, second axiom is called certainty axiom, and third axiom is called union axiom. This definition is very much used in almost all practical problems. It is a modern probability definition. And fourth one is geometric definition of probability. This geometric definition of probability states that probability of area occupied is equal to area occupied by total area is called geometric probability definition. Important points in probability. Probability of impossible event is 0. That is P of A, P of phi is equal to 0. Phi is generally impossible event and P phi is equal to 0. P of A is equal to 0, then A is impossible event. P of A is equal to 1, then A is certain event. That is probability of certain event is equal to 1. And probability of A bar is equal to 1 minus probability of A. Probability of A intersection B bar is equal to probability of A minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of A bar intersection B is equal to PB minus P of A intersection B. If A is a subset of B, then P of A less than or equal to P of B, and P of A intersection B bar is equal to P of A bar intersection B is equal to PB minus P of A. Addition theorem on probability for two events. If A comma B are two events in a random experiment, then P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Addition theorem on probability for three events. If A comma B comma C are three events in a random experiment, then P of A union B union C is equal to P of A plus P of B plus P of C minus P of A intersection B minus P of B intersection C minus P of C intersection A plus P of A intersection B intersection C.